This is so weird. Okay, so when I click the button, it says that my camera is just fine. And then all of a sudden, like, I go live and it's all blurry. All right, so as you guys come on, let me know. Let me know what's going on and how this looks to you. It's weird too because in one view it looks blurry and the other one doesn't. I don't know. I don't know. You'll have to tell me when you come on. Okay, so I gotta tell you, this has been a week. Okay, this has been a couple weeks. Okay, so to kind of let you guys know like what's going on here. So this, I think I said last time, this is like the busiest week of the year for me as far as tax returns are concerned because I do mostly business taxes and bookkeeping, right? So that's my area, and S corporations and partnerships are due this week. Okay, so that's a lot of my business returns fall into that category. So super super busy. The semester, we're at the point where one semester is wrapping up for graduate students and the other one is ramping up. So I'm trying to finish up one class and start another class. Plus, I have my other classes I'm teaching. Bookkeeper Training School is doing amazing, and there's so many folks, and everybody's got questions, and it's just awesome how active people are in our community, and that's awesome because I was a little bit worried when we moved the community off of Facebook that we would see like a big decrease in participation, but there's like so many people active and answering questions and asking questions. It's awesome. So that's good. Then we are getting our house ready to sell. So I've got contractors in my house. And Jeff got his second dose of the vaccine. Which, by the way, if you or your spouse are connected to the VA, please check in with the VA because right now they've opened it up to all age brackets if you are a veteran. So go connect with the VA and see if you can get your shot if you want to get that. So and Jeff got his second dose and got pretty sick. He's going to be fine. Don't worry, he's going to be fine. But he was kind of down and out for the past couple days. Then Eric has not wanted to nap, of course, right? Busiest week of the year, and Eric doesn't want to nap. We put our cat to sleep on Friday. My mother-in-law is very sick, so we're all praying for her. There's a lot. It's a lot. And I know most of you that are watching this, you have a lot going on too, right? And so what do you do? And I hit this point last night. What do you do when you're like, it's too much? It's too much. I can't. I'm done. Like literally last night, I had hit this point when I was trying to get online for, hey, Amanda, good morning. I was trying to get online for a weekly Bible study that my church does. And Eric had decided to like take his water because he really wanted a bath last night. Take his water and spit it out all over him. So he was wet. His bed was wet. Like everything was all wet. And I was just like, I just can't take any more. Have you ever gotten to this point? Like, please tell me this is not just me. But I really got to this point that I'm like, I just can't. Like, it's done. I'm enough. It's enough. Okay? And so, how do you recenter when you just get to the point like, it's too much? I can't. So I want to talk a little bit about that process. The reason I'm talking about this is that this week's episode of the Small Biz Mama podcast, which is my podcast, you can find it anywhere podcasts are available. The reason I'm talking about this is because this week we're talking about spring cleaning your life. Okay. All through the month of March, all of our podcast episodes are all about spring cleaning areas of your life and your business. Okay. And so, thank you. Thank you for that confirmation. Thank you. We're talking about spring cleaning your life, spring cleaning your business, and not like we're not wiping the floors. Okay. We're talking about dealing with major areas of your life and cleaning things out and overhauling. So what do you do when you get to that point that you're like, okay, all right, if there's one more thing, like I literally told the people in the Bible study that, like, if I get poked one more time, like it's I'm done. I'm done. So what do I do? I'll tell you exactly what I did last night. So the first thing that I did is I just took a moment. Like I got Eric's bed changed. I kissed Jeff and sent him back to bed because he was really sick. And I closed the door in my office and I cried for 2 minutes. I just let it, like I let it out. I let it go. I made it okay for myself to fall apart for a minute. Okay. I think a lot of times we think as the mom that we have to hold it all together, because if we don't, like, everything else is going to come crashing. Right? So I literally, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to go like this and I'm going to cry for a couple minutes. And I'm going to, and one thing that I do when I do something like this is I breathe in peace and I breathe out stress. And I've literally said this, I'm going to breathe in peace and I'm going to breathe out stress. And I don't know what it is, but for some reason it makes me feel better. Give it a try next time you're in the position. But I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit here and cry for a couple minutes. I'm going to do a little bit of deep breathing. Okay. Like literally 2 minutes, okay? And that's like the first thing, okay? That's the first thing. It's like you have to give yourself the permission to not be okay for a couple minutes, okay? Because the problem is if you don't get out all that feeling and all that aggression, it's just going to keep festering. And so you just got to let that out, okay? So that helped a lot. That did not change my situation that there's 9,000 things going on. Right? And that there's lots, like, there's just lots. And so then I just said, okay, the tax deadline is Monday. So what do I absolutely, positively have to get done by Monday? Okay. There's lots of, oh, this would be nice to do. Oh, that would be nice to do. Oh, that would be kind of cool. Oh, that would be kind of fun. No. What do I absolutely positively have to get done? Okay? So that everything that needs to be done is done. Okay? So what I did is I went in, so we used to use Asana, and Asana is wonderful. I love Asana. Now we're using something called ClickUp. Okay, which is just kind of like Asana, except it has a little bit more, bells and whistles. I went into ClickUp and I looked at everything on my to-do list and I said, okay, let me prioritize the things that must be done by Monday. Yes, there's lots of other things that would be so nice if we could get them done this week, but they're not all going to happen. Okay, so what absolutely positively has to get done by Monday? Okay, I have to finish my tax returns, right? Or put them on extension. And the thing I noticed is that there were a lot more going on extension than I thought. And it's not like, because we're waiting for paperwork, clients waiting for documents, whatever it is. And so we have a whole bunch that are going on extension. And I was like, oh, so I really don't have as many tax returns that I have to get done by Monday as I thought. Okay, cool. So that's pretty awesome. So we got to do extensions. Those are really quick. We got to finish a couple tax returns. Awesome. And then I have to record a podcast. Right? Because I'm loving this theme that we're doing. And next week we're talking about spring cleaning your business. Okay. So I'm super excited about that. So that's going to take me a little bit to do today. I've got a live call with the Empower Bookkeeper Network today. Super excited about that. Okay. Because I love our live calls on Thursdays at 1:30 Eastern time for those of you that are in the Empower Bookkeeper Network. Love those calls. They're just they're the highlight of my week. And I think those in themselves kind of help recenter me a little bit. But I noticed that when things are kind of spinning, okay, that just kind of having a concrete list, okay, of what absolutely positively has to be done is super helpful. Okay. Because it gives me something like, okay, I know if I get all these things done, then we're okay. right? And the rest of the stuff can happen afterwards. Okay? And then what I did is I said, okay, so we have all this construction going on, right? And so the thing I'm thinking about is, okay, so where are we going to order food from? Where are we going to, how are we basically going to feed the family while we've got contractors in the kitchen? So what's that going to look like? And then after that, I'm like, okay, good. We're fine. So if everybody's fed, I know what work I got to get done, everything else is just going to roll. Okay? And then I'm going to give the rest to God, and we're good. We're good. And that's it. So I think a lot of times, and I don't know if this happens to you or not, but when I start to like freak out, when the anxiety starts going, it's often because I don't have clarity about what is actually on my plate. Right? You just keep thinking, oh my God, there's 9,000 things, and I've got to do this, and I've got to grocery shop, and I've got to do this, and I've got to clean the toilets, and I've got to, right? Is that what happens to you? Because you start to think about all of the routine things that should be done that might not actually have to be done. Okay? And so what I really want you to think about if you start having that, and it's funny, I'll be completely honest with you. This probably happens to me during tax season, probably like 3 or 4 times every single tax season. Okay? And that's because I'm teaching, I've got taxes, I've got bookkeeping, like I've got all of the things. I've got, bookkeeper training school, I've got Eric, I've got Jeff, my mom is here today, we've got contractors. And so this typically, like, I've got to do this like 3 or 4 times every tax season, where I just sit down and I say, okay, let's look at ClickUp, right? Or let's look at Asana, whatever you're using. You could be using Trello, whatever system you're using. Let me look at that. Okay. And then I'm going to clear the decks of everything else. I'm just going to clear the decks. Because you know what? If I don't get my toilet cleaned until Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, we're all going to be fine. Okay. I've got enough stuff in the house that, if we need to make food, we've got bread, we've got peanut butter, we've got, we can make grilled cheeses, we've got some soup. We can do that. Okay. It's all going to be fine. But I think what happens is when we get into these periods where we have so much on our plates, we just pile on more, right? So we sit there and go, oh my God, I've got to get, I have to make sure that the kitchen floor is cleaned, and I have to make sure the house is vacuumed, and I have to make sure that my business is running, and I have to make sure that I'm following up on all the messages, and I have to make sure that my inbox is at 0, and I have to. No, you don't. Figure out the essential things that have to get done in a period like this, and then get the rest done when you can. Okay? Give yourself some grace and just say, you know what? Let's figure out what's essential, and we'll put everything else on hold for a little bit. Okay? And that's why I really love it. Do I have the book over here? I did. I love this book. Okay, it's called Essentialism by Greg McKeown. It's a great listen. I absolutely love this book. I read this book at least once a year. Okay, I read it and I reread it. They just came out with a paperback, and when you get the paperback, you actually get a code for a free 21-day Essentialism challenge. And it's in the back of the book too, but it's kind of cool to do it online because he's got videos and stuff. All right, so let me know what you do when you get super overwhelmed. How do you get back? How do you recenter? Because I would love to know your tips as well. All right, mamas, you have an awesome day. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. If you haven't checked out this week's podcast, please do so at smallbizmama.com or anywhere you listen to podcasts. All right, I will talk to you soon. Take care. And those of you that are in Empower Bookkeeper Network, I'll see you at 1:30 Eastern. All right, bye.